I start to present now. And yes?
Yeah, just a small announcement. To all the audience, if you have any questions, feel free to post them on the chat or on the QA module and we can pick it up from there.
Sure, perfect.
The stage is yours now, Nicola.
Perfect, thank you very much. Okay. Is it visible?
Yes.
Perfect. So my presentation today will be about will not be about technical things about how you build actually your product or the technology and so on. It's about a story, the story of a company, Kaleyra, that started from being a company of 30 million revenue, more or less, 6 years ago in Italy. And now is a company that is at the public stock exchange, at the New York Stock Exchange, for, a successful strategy that we followed during the last years, acquiring company with a combination of both organic growth and acquisition that then led to our actual situation. So, but let's go into the presentation. So, Kaleyra is a 20 years company that grew by a combination, as I said, of so-called bifecta, of strategy based on a clear M&A strategy, based first of all on the expansion on new markets, and then also to the acquisition of new products to accelerate the development of the platform. And on the other side, an organic growth acceleration through business development and an exceptional service for our customers. As the majority of software as a service companies, we are a B2B focused company, particularly large account. And so it's particularly important to be near to our customers where we build the product and to give an exceptional customer service. So the company started in 1995, then acquired another Indian company that started in 2009, then merged into Kaleyra, acquired an US company in 2018, and we got listed to the New York Stock Exchange in 2019. Now we are in a process, as we declare to the market, to finalize the acquisition of a company that's, in terms of revenue, almost as big as us, that's Engage. And so we will become a company of more than 500 people and more than $350 million in revenue. And so we are, just to frame what we do, right, very quickly. So we are a global CPaaS company. So CPaaS stands for Communication Platform as a Service, with over 3,500 enterprise customers globally, including some brands like Hyundai, Uber, MasterCard, and various other Fortune 500 companies. We are particularly focused in transactional notifications, the kind of notifications that you receive from your bank as SMS when you make a payment, or the call that you receive or make to your Uber driver using the app. So this is just a snapshot to show that the growth that we had during the last 5 years. Now these numbers are of 2020. So everything was either from zero to a number, a solid number in billion, or was almost 10x, the numbers that we had originally at the time. This is obviously also because we are in a high growth market per se, but of course, because also of our strategy that I'm going to tell you more during the next slides. We actually serve customers in different verticals. The example about the notification is the most common, but other maybe like one-time OTP, one-time passwords, used for the two-factor authentication by SMS or push notification when you sign in on your bank account or on Facebook, for instance. Notifications about the shipping, or another example is notification for the shipping of your order or the e-commerce website, and many others. So, of course, we have some strong verticals like the financial services, e-commerce, and travel, but there are some other verticals that we serve also thanks of the different markets and acquisitions that we made. But I don't want to talk about all of this to tell you how good Kaleyra is, right? So I want to talk about our experience to give you some implicit tips and advices that may be helpful as an inspiration for the growth strategy of your company. So every company that we acquired essentially was a little or a big piece of the puzzle to become a more resilient and global company in our market, so the CPaaS market, right, as I told you. Consolidating both our product offering on a side and our market expansion on the other side. And last but not least, becoming a bigger company also in terms of revenues. So, for instance, the original Italian company Ubiquity was very focused on the BFSI sector. We provide services for the major banks in the market, and also and we are focusing in South Europe, by the way. So the other company that we acquired in India was Solutions Infinity, that was already a cloud communication provider, focused on many other verticals, and based in APAC, based in India, with a market that was APAC, Middle East, and Indonesia. So in a shot, we acquired the markets and products. And the same happened also for the company that we acquired in the US, Oak Mobile. That they had another focus both in terms of product, customer segments, and market, no? Because that was more based in the US and also South Africa and other markets in Europe, in the Western countries, let's say. And now we are acquiring Engage to consolidate our presence in the US and also adding some other products still part of our space, more related to marketing services, and with an expansion in other markets where we are not at the moment, that are LATAM, or where we are entering at the moment, that are LATAM and the UK. So this is just the example of the values that we gathered from the different acquisitions over time. And what was important is that we didn't do that maintaining different companies, brands, and products, but we always made, and we still make in the most recent acquisitions, the effort to integrate the offering, products, processes, and teams with a cross-regional organization particularly for product marketing and technology. In fact, along with traditional CPaaS solutions, Kaleyra also markets easy-to-use tools, right? So like the flow builder, you see this in this diagram, and that's the combination of all the products that we inherited and we built then as Kaleyra, right? So like the flow builder to manage IVR flows, look up to check info about a number, or the possibility to buy new numbers that you can attach to your system to send messages on WhatsApp for Business or voice calls or messaging and so on. And then there are different solutions that are specific for some specific verticals, like Umi Messaging for the banks in Italy and the K-Lab to develop BFSI solutions in the US and LATAM. But we essentially made the best out of the legacy inheritance of the companies in the different regions, with a particular focus on providing a strong, high-quality local customer care and customer experience, with our products that are always built with a global mindset, but also shaped for the requirements of each region at the same time. And this is thanks of, being companies that originally an aggregation of companies that are into one single. We like to call it one Kaleyra, but they were originally focused on the different markets. And for B2B, this is particularly important. So all of this didn't happen by chance. It happened because of a combination of different factors that we orchestrated together to build the single one Kaleyra, as I already said. So talking about our, what I would call engine of growth, there is to pay attention on some internal factors. One, the organic growth, so building products that are a real need for our customers. No? There is a terminology of Gartner here for this, may be interesting for you. It's called being a co-creator. No? So we sit side by side with our customers to understand actually their need, and sometimes for the bigger customers, we also customize some parts of our products, or we build specific adapters and plugins for them. The other point is to listen to the audience, so essentially their needs, so our customers, apply lean and agile product development methodologies. This was particularly important in a fast-growing market, and you don't have any other choice than applying these strategies to be faster in the customer development and understanding the market when you build something new and to innovate faster. Focus, and the other internal important point is to focus on hiring A players, particularly for development and innovation. You know that there is a saying in the Silicon Valley that A players hire A players while B players hire C players, right? And there are also two other important external factors related to M&A particularly. So the ability to understand the markets of the future, the ones where the growth will be higher, and focus the acquisition on them. But also the ability to improve the services and products thanks to the other companies, thanks to other companies in other geographies, acquired or through partnerships. And another point is to mitigate the business risks due to global presence. So acquiring companies or partnering with companies in other regions mitigate the business risk. And this is very important for the ones of you that are in the process to shift from a startup phase to a scale-up phase. Think twice before just doubling down on your market and acquiring a company or still investing in your market, because the globalization today is stronger than ever, as well as the potential future instability of many countries and their political economic power. No, it's not simple, but surely possible. And if you start from having a business in a single market or country, I know that's totally out of the comfort zone and requires a lot of mind and efforts, but it will eventually pay off, particularly in bad situations like COVID that we all experienced, or the default, or if a country is in an economic difficulty. And on the positive side, you can also benefit from the different growth rate and the cross-pollination of use cases of your various products between different countries and cultures. No, this is what we try to do. Not simple, but it may be extremely successful. So to recap, all of these we can put together three key strengths now that all of these ended up being into what's Kaleyra today, right? So one is the global presence with offices in 13 countries. We have different connections to the operators because of this is something specific to our business you probably don't care much about. But anyway, we served 3,500 plus enterprise customers. And thanks to what we built so far, now we have the resources and the experience necessary to penetrate into new and emerging markets. Of course, it's much more difficult to do the first, the second one, but then it becomes more and more, it's always then simpler then. Second point is cultural diversity. So inclusion and diversity are fundamental to our culture and core values. And it enables us to be innovative and solve problems for our people, clients, and communities. And we M&A, we have further strengthened our ability to operate as a culturally diverse company worldwide. Then the third point is the product variety. So thanks to what I already said related to the co-creation and working side by side with our customers. So as a CPO company, we initially focused on offering transactional communications and OTPs for the BFSI sector, as I said. However, with the M&A strategy, these helped us build and expand our CPO offerings by adding more communication channels and to serve different industry verticals. Here, okay, that's a slide related to the global presence that I already told you, and about the cultural diversity specifically. So you see that we have our employees that are spread across three very different regions with very different cultures. Particularly now, we will expand a lot also the Americas because of the acquisition that we are finalizing with Engage, and all of this was real. So we are still I still personally work in a team with people that are between India, Europe, and the US. No, and obviously there are challenges like the different time zones. Sometimes different cultures that you need to understand. That it requires a lot of open mind, but with the right effort and the right strategy, this is possible. No, you can do it. So I try to be quick, so I finish. This is the last slide. So then if there are any questions, I may answer in the remaining minutes. So what's the future for us? So first of all, focus. So know your market. We know that our market is very big, and we will continue to focus on building innovation in the CPaaS ecosystem. No, because it's something where the focus is very important because it's a growing market, and we will still focus on that. Second thing, we want to continue our growth plan following our successful strategy of building new products inside, with like our internal development, lean methodology, sciencey players, and so on, and going into new markets with both internal efforts and through M&A. And third, expand into different industries and verticals, applying our platform to different use cases, and while still focusing on the co-creation with our clients. So I'm done with the presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nicola. I mean, it's always been great to hear Kaleyra's story. So I think we do have someone who is interested in coming on stage.
Sure.
She's there. Okay, let me approve her. Disha, are you there?
What? Sorry? Sorry.
There's someone called Disha who wants to go live on the stage. I've approved her, but I don't think she's on stage now.
Maybe she can write the question somewhere.
Yeah, maybe. Right. So Kaleyra has faced a tremendous growth so far. And unlike any company, you have always been bootstrapped. That's one of the major strong points that you have. Right.
Yeah.
But as a company grows, there is this huge concentration on culture also that we need to concentrate on. And when when I say culture, it's not all the shiny things that we do on social media to tell people that, hey, we are a fun office and everything. So culture is something more of a discipline aspect, which flows top down from the leadership team to the executive team. How do you think that would pan out as Kaleyra expands? You just mentioned that you are going through a merger as well. Right?
Yeah. So it's as I said, it is challenging. It's not something simple because I experience this every single day in a positive way, because I like to tell always to my team that's very important to be open-minded. So there are a few tricks that I use personally, like being very strong and direct with the feedback, always transparent and open. So I try to put together whenever possible different people from the different region to work on a new project together, instead of like talking one-to-one or preferring the physical contact or staying all together in a meeting room. And this is one of the few things where this extremely bad situation of the last months a bit helped, because it forced us to work all online and using the in video calls, right? So otherwise, because you need to be used to that, right? So because obviously it's not possible to meet in person every single day or every week. Your team, if you have a team that's spread across the 3 different regions with like 12 plus hours of difference between between them, right? So, and then the ability to work asynchronously, using a lot specific documents to align on the strategy, where everyone can put comments or make some proposal, using always conference call meetings now instead of meeting in person, or at least between different offices when it's possible to work all together in person. And the direct feedback and transparency are some of the, let's say, tricks that I use every day. And as a company, there are different processes and an organization that's made also to enable more the cross-pollination and to work together between the different regions. But obviously, there are some things that are very regional specific, and of course should be with a focus on the region. But many others, if you want to really be global, grow and enable all the markets, the only way is, to learn how to work with different cultures and different time zones.
Got it. Thank you so much, Nicola. I think with that, we have arrived at the end of the session. Thank you once again for being a part of SaaS Insiders annual conference.
Thank you
to all the attendees. So this is Nicola Junior Vitto. He's the Chief Product Officer of Kaleyra. So if you have any questions, feel free to tweet to him at SaaS Insider.
Or write me an email or whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you. Thank you once.